fuck off! How do I get it off? Get off my screen. Oh god. Sorry, Twitch! I'm sorry. I don't know what it is about me. I don't like seeing myself. We started yet? No. Okay, there we go. This is so sick. I can't wait. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, I feel like here, if Sentinels just keep
his boyfriend, right?
The, Astra,
Tyson?
that gives him a lot
Yes,
of
his boyfriend, right?
No, he's my brother.
There. I am expecting that change from Avova also.
Wait, is your boyfriend?
We saw it yesterday.
No, he's my brother.
Haven. That is something that I want
Are you
to see
for real?
as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've said a couple of times on the desk over the course of the last few days.
Okay, well I was wrong. I literally thought it was your boyfriend. Okay, don't ask me why, but anyway. So my question, it wasn't a question. Yeah, I was gonna say he's really fucking good. You actually threw me off. He's really fucking good.
No, he's my boyfriend. He's my boyfriend.
Why are you doing this?
Why are you doing this? Sorry. Anyways, you guys, back onto the match.
Beefing up. He's happy. Yay. And the rest of the boys taking fast mid.
For those of you guys who don't know, Carlos is the CEO of G2. I'm not kidding. So, whoa, crew, insane.
Crashy's good for the trade. Crashy finds another one.
Crashies is just deep in CT, and Crew are like, no, you're meant to be fighting us, but FNS holding that push back through Crashies. What a sick round from this man. 2 big kills towards CT, spins around, catches the player on the stairs, and Delzik has been pinned in here.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's got his number. Envy with a belting start, and what an unorthodox round. Rather than focusing on the site, transitioning through
I know, he was
CT.
trying to poach me live. He was literally like, I'll pick you up, G2 Kyeday, G2 10s. I was like, what the?
First kill was nuts. It was Boathouse. I thought it was both in CT.
No.
Again, FNS unnoted to this point as well, other than when he first appeared in B main. So, really nice round from Envy. That's it.
I'm not going to Europe.
Potentially the pace that they might try and pick up once again here. So that was a fast pistol round.
I mean, I saw Victor ahead of Yay, so I don't know what we were at. I don't know, man. You see Victor just full send. At this point, Marv, though, going to clean up towards Kesnet as they do try and push out a little bit here. That probably, again, I think we've got our answer here.
Yeah, I think we do. I think we do.
How do we feel?
Can we get a Sean Pov up on the screen? But
well, don't tempt production. They'll get all excited. Oh, can we do it? At this point, a little.
Shazam is so good with the bulldog.
Ambitious on the self pop flash around. Look, if it works, it works. It didn't that time. However, we've seen plenty of danger in these eco rounds.
Yes, I am half European.
Have been scary for both
I'm
sides.
quarter Ukrainian. That's where the last name Shimko comes from.
But only 3 remain. Now, how many tags were done? I guess FNS is low enough to actually be potentially picked off by any of these weapons now, so that does become maybe a bit of a threat, but no, kept in check, at least for now, by Marved.
See an exit. And Delzik left to find something left on this, actually.
What?
Or fall, actually. So the classic, but
no, that classic kill was still insane.
And we find the second 3 weapons carried across. I think back, actually, map
Are you
1,
an only
they did
child?
convert
No, I have a
the
little
third.
sister.
It was on the next that they actually fell short. That's when things got a little weird in terms of the economy and that rhythm of the game that we're used to. So, see if Envy can get anything done here. Yay, nowhere near the Blade Storm.
No.
Slower start this time around, but expect him to be the one to just dash inside of smoke, and maybe not looking for those kills, actually creating space for Victor actually on that role to follow up.
Him following up? Interesting. Well, we'll see. Kesnet and Exit all starting to get a little aggressive. Not by massive means, but not particularly second. That's a bit dangerous. I really didn't expect him to kind of play that deep towards middle. I thought he might show a little presence on short or something, but no, happy to linger around. And now we wait and see. It does seem as though they are starting a little bit of a slow build towards A as well. Just saw the dog invested coming out there from Victor.
Envy's spread very thin here, actually. FNS outside A main, and Victor actually trying to
What
gather
was the
some
biggest fight you and
information
Sakura
on the
got
way in.
into? Well, my little sister, so
Utility, but
her and I
nothing
would
noted,
have like
think. Again,
actual
crew
physical
playing
fights.
deep enough
And
where
it's so funny
they weren't
because
flashed, they weren't spotted by the
my mom
tiger
would
either.
just watch on the
Envy will
couch
now
and like just let it simmer down because
be
she
made.
knows
Tommy
that we're
will be
both just
called upon.
hot-headed people.
Zeus
And
is
so
such
like
a tough
Oh, it's a
spot
big
here.
tag with the recon bolt.
she
lovely
just
work coming out.
let us get over it kind of and like handle it
Really
ourselves
helping
and
that out. At
you know,
least
if that makes sense.
dissuade that approach for now.
No,
Envy.
my mom's not a bad mom. I'm just saying like she's just
Initially,
she's
did
tried
draw
to
this
stop it
rotation.
before and
You
it
see
just doesn't
Nags
work.
now heading back towards A.
Yeah, my mom's too tired.
Originally,
My
there
mom's
were
a
three
small
players
lady as
committed here.
well.
Envy about to walk
But
right
it's not
into the
like she
heavier
could
side
like
of the tag.
Hot flash comes out. Does well. Not
Do
well enough to
anything.
swing on. Kesnet has to fall back from that. Now Tree's been somewhat given over, but there's a swing out. Delzik, great positioning, but the cubby is tricky to get more than one from, and they've actually drifted away. So pulled rotation.
Remember when Kyeday was a shy girl sometimes only featured in Tenz's videos?
Was towards side, on towards stairs.
Camera
Zay now
shy,
catching rotation.
not shy in
One.
person.
Looks for a two. Not going to happen. Delzik, good spacing on this for crew. Still able to keep themselves working back in. This is still doable. A 2v2.
Public divide as well, actually.
You got it, Jordan?
The shock die in. That's
Crashy?
do a lot of what? Nags are just drifting ahead there.
Yeah, I'm surprised Crashy's got rewarded for that, honestly. Like, he was just, yeah, okay, if you're going to come into my crosshair, fair enough.
Well, I mean, that's it. Now with the cosmic divide going up, Delzik got to reconsider his approach, and now actually a considerable amount of time eaten away with just that engagement. Looking as if he's going to opt to try and hold on to this weapon. He will back away. So Marvin and Crashies. Will they catch on across? No, Delzik not even going to entertain it. So interesting there, but Envy pulling one way and the other. There's a term we have for that, right?
Double pump?
I think that's the one, actually.
Yeah, double pump.
Envy pumping crew. All over the map.
It is 6'10", pushing
Yeah.
7 foot.
I'm curious if it's off the back of the
No, like
information
5,
found there.
all
I do remember
around
Zara
5'10".
kind of peeling off as they were kind of leaning towards that A side as they would up cat. He was kind of still
I always hear you talking about your family, but never see Tyson talking about his family.
It's just on the back of Delzik.
He only
showing,
talks
but
about
I
you?
don't think
Yeah.
anything else, other than the flash initially.
I'm
from
his
Kesnet,
family, technically.
There's still a third
I
player
don't know.
unnoted there. So Envy actually over-anticipate and still getting it right. But,
Yeah.
but they're able to come back and find that 3v1. Yay, playing that perfect spot deep towards market.
Nags was the only one with the rifle this round. So
I
he
tend
has
to
been
notice that Ye
influenced,
really
so
likes to
there's an
utilize
is
the
already.
ADS
Nags
kind
going
of
to find two. Maybe kind of they were
scoping
lured
in.
in, baited in by just hearing those pistols, those sheriffs going off, and Crashy shuts him
that.
down. Yeah, that was just for lunch, dinner, and hey, make it breakfast the next morning.
There are times
Now
clips where
3v3.
he didn't
The
eat his
problem is
food
that
and his mom
rifle,
was
I
screaming.
don't know how recoverable that would
Yeah.
be for maybe Kesnet if he could maybe
that was a
siphon that
yikes.
way he has. So at least
Did you actually
there's
reach
something
97,000
here.
yesterday?
But again,
I think it was like
little armor,
96.5K.
already tagged up damage. This should be Envy converting, but FNS starting to make his little bit of a look towards middle. Finds him completely unawares. Kesnet did not expect that little slight aggression from FNS.
Klaus and Delzik forced to fight their way back in. Actually, Klaus will find an upgrade.
Spike planted.
Delzik looking to challenge Crashy.
What's Tyson's
B main.
viewer
Hunter's
peak?
Fury available, so again, a decent enough read from Crew. but
Just
Crash's
around
happy about that one.
50,000.
Do you think his mouse got
Second.
stuck?
yeah.
I had more viewers than
Maybe.
Shroud at
Mouse
one
stuck,
point,
that's
which
concerning.
was
Yeah, I
crazy
really
to
hope
me.
we see a tech pause off that.
Because this
Hope
dude
Crashes
is
okay.
insane with his.
He's 8-0,
Watch
so I think
parties,
he's,
always.
He's doing
all
alright,
Yeah,
yeah.
for a broken
It is an
mouse,
odd
actually.
flex.
That's really impressive.
Yeah.
No, this was the
Not
one.
actually 8 then.
Oh, it just takes the wind out of you, doesn't it? There's a follow-up.
Yeah, Tyson's average viewership though is insane.
They cut the audio
We love
from
to
that.
see it.
I think that was
I
really nice
remember.
attempt, guys.
I think I talk about this
Great
a lot,
round.
but I remember when Tyson broke 400 concurrent viewership, and I
Negative, though.
freaked
This
out. I
guy's
was
still
so
not afraid
happy
to
for
take these
him.
aggressive peaks. I like what he's trying to do. And I mean, on Icebox, it kind of looked pretty scary for a while, but it's after that, Envy was still converting these rounds with 4 players, even down to 3 sometimes. So I'm waiting to see that next layer from Crew to be able to convert them. Now they have the player advantage.
Exit will peel away. Yeah, Envy happy to
It's
sit
30 to
tight for the time
40,000
being
now.
again. I
I
mean,
know it's
their ability in previous rounds to pull these rotations.
amazing.
I think they're expecting maybe a peak from mid towards market, but
It just makes me so happy. Just his
Klaus
success
actually
in general.
posted with an Odin. I'm sure Mitch
great.
is
It was during his CS
smiling
time, guys.
Backstage, big Klaus fan. Envy here. Yeah, he's just fishing for that Killjoy utility, and it still goes off. The alarm bot will reveal their position. Actually, Mazzino closes the door. I'll commit to site here. Nagza actually going to pick up the slack.
Is there 40k?
With the operator. Again, Envy very cautious here. KRU not giving anything away though, Lauren.
No, I like this patience now being shown by KRU. Oh,
Oh.
yes. Ooh, he's still committed. He still went through. Marved. Gets Kyeday, and now this is a problem. Jay's going to spot this cross. Knows that they're now leaning this way. Do they now re-aggress back towards B? Maybe a little bit of information, but this is late in the day. Any problems is now going to start going wrong. Nagzet's going to find Ye, but look at the Xeno's position. It's filthy. He's going to hold that cross. The site's his. KRU are finally on the board.
And Delzik finding FNS at the timing is perfect. Now again, they can read that situation perfectly. They anticipate that's the lurk. That's the flank control right there. So straight away, Nagzet comes back, picks up that position once again. Actually gets the better of Ye with the operator.
I fear my eyes.
You're right, again, to still be playing like this in the early rounds, considering it being a brawl on Icebox.
I can order food
Yes,
now.
I feel like KRU are able to find some impact openings, but it's important to note Victor's adjustment here. Again, we haven't really seen any
You
rounds
think that you
yet
and Carlos will
where
watch
Envy are
party
able to
together
employ him
again today
effectively.
or some other day? Loved watching you two interact. Dude, I want to meet Carlos. I want to meet that guy
Again,
so
still
bad.
making
He
deeper
seems
pushes.
like
I guess
such
that's
a
gonna
hilarious
alleviate
person
the
to
rest
hang
of
out
the
with.
play to Aaron, eh? Yay, though, swiftly making his way through.
How did that smoke
This is
hit
just,
Stuart?
they found
Not
the
hit
space
Stuart,
and they're
but-
exploiting it. Middle has been a problem to hold for KRU. Now again, short. This time Delzik, it works out well for him. Denies Victor, who's not really, as said, found much form yet on that sky. Struggling a little. But half of the map is now basically as a no entry sign. We're looking towards B here. Pops the old Klaus. Oh dear. How are you going to dodge this? With ease, apparently. Klaus is just fine, but the KJ ult has come in as well.
It's way ahead of the beat, actually. Mazzino pops this all the way in spawn. Only really cuts off the walkout from B main. And Market. So invested. Almost as crowd control here, but no follow-up. No real territory gained off that.
No.
Like I said, it was way ahead of that execute, so...
30 seconds left.
Yeah, actually hopping up there.
Sorry, I
Zeno
have...
just found FNS on the cross in anyway, but Marv did remove Klaus from sight, but we know that there's still
Oh
a
my
player here.
God.
Crashies goes, no, I won't get you on the
My
first try.
eyes.
I'll come back around, just hold on. I'm
Hair
back
in
there in
my
a second.
eyes,
He
and
gets
it
it.
just hurts.
3v2, Nagzit and Delzik. Now Delzik was noted earlier, but he's already towards CT, but Ye's got the cross. Now this cross is harder anyway, but Ye's starting to warm up here. We're starting to see that El Diablo come online. It's a brave position. Can only be held for so long. Keep in mind, Market is going to become a problem. He knows it. There is a tiny bit of time he gets to work in, and that's a shot and a half towards Nagzit. And now the follow-up. Yeah, he's just showing off now. He's starting to feel himself, starting to feel a little warmed up in this game. A lovely, lovely round from Envy.
A 5-1 lead, actually, and KRU, they're going to be struggling here. I mean, talk about Victor, Klaus and Kesnet yet to get on the board as well, who... Again, don't necessarily have slow, but look at this, the timing of Ye getting into Market. Exactly. This is the point where potentially we look towards, I mean, we talked about on Icebox, KRU looking to get a little more proactive. It's only really Nagzet being the one to swing early round, and then he's sitting back very deep. KRU don't then want to follow up on that first blood or even the mid control gained on the back of it.
Yeah. Now Envy have the run of this house. See what Nagzit can do, but again, they are still able to get entries. It looks like they're trying to address this mid-piece maybe that's been coming through being a problem. I do want that to be something they do address quickly because they've been punished on rotation so often. You've seen FNS up middle, you've seen Ye up middle, they've been trying to get there, and they do, more often than not. So, as it stands, KRU, a little bit of different pace coming into this. Nagzit, maybe off the back of that flash, takes a little look, spots one. There's a second. It's Ye. That's the next layer of the issue. You're going to go watch one of these angles. Don't double down on Ye right now. Oh no, and Klaus, this could be lamb to the slaughter, or maybe just silencing everyone else. Klaus! Huge 3 kills, but the
That
problem
was
is,
so
does this get
scary.
converted again? We still see KRU clutching at these straws, and they get so close. But it's still 5-1, and it's still a 2v1.
Cosmic Divide available. Marv is down to 10 HP. Crashies going to resort to site. Marv playing a very cheeky spot here.
He kind of has to. One and done, 10 HP.
Yeah, exactly.
It's called for.
Really good stuff from Envy now.
Did he
It's
miss all of his
5%.
knives?
Financial struggles.
Why you guys call each other
They've not even been able to afford a
family
weapon.
even though
They
you're
obviously
not
ran the
even
blade
married
storm
yet?
through. And now I think they're going to be suffering on the back of that.
And I think that round again characterizes some of the issues we've seen throughout this. The crew will pull off those insane 3Ks. They'll get
must
the
be
perfect
single.
entries on the start, or they'll get, you know, those first picks, first bloods.
Sorry,
But then
that's
it's the
rude.
conversion off the back.
Pineapple.
Those 3 kills were
Pineapple,
great, but then you're left in a
pineapple.
2v1.
Shut the fuck up,
You've still
Kyeday.
got a post plant with really
Shut
comfortable
up.
positioning on the back.
I
It's
need to
just
shut up.
they're not catching a break on this. They can't convert that final piece of it.
I got to say, and this is where we start to question kind of the fundamentals on the side of the crew there. Ye finds the first kill. Kesnet fully dry, swings
The
out.
wide swings.
And like 3 seconds later to try and trade that, and it's like...
That's a dream for Ye.
Yeah.
He's out there just like, yeah, perfect.
If anything, double swing it.
If you're going to.
Yeah, and again, I understand this a little deeper. They want to play off that flash, but again, there was no audible cue off that. It didn't flash anybody, so Naxxet almost overstays his welcome there to even try and find that kill.
Yeah, and you can see the coaches having a chat. And I think that a lot of the things we're noticing clearly will be being talked through. A couple of issues now. They got to get a grip on it. It's starting to spiral. And we've seen it. A confident Envy is the scariest kind of Envy, right? And they've had a shaky start here and there. They probably aren't at that full peak confidence yet. I don't think so, at least. And I think when we see that, that's when they start being very, very hard to handle. However, they're slowly building towards it. At 6-1, you're going to start believing in it.
Well, and this is the round where really things feel as if they can snowball.
Yeah.
Again,
Placing
have
sentry.
Sheriffs invested. Naxxet with a scope, but Ultimate's available. Hunter's Fury, the Seekers, and the Cosmic Divide still up. Actually, Delzik have been sitting on that for a while now. On the other side, FNS lockdown available. Naxxet again, happy to come out and play here, look for something in the early round, but I think now Envy may be going to be in a bit more control. I feel as if their crew are going to be happy to throw bodies into finding that first blood.
Yeah, I still want them to stay clean in their anti-ecos, or I guess against a force. By here you do have, I guess, a Shiko and a Marshall. Yeah, he does get tagged off this. Crashies in the meantime did find Delzik. So again, progressing towards the site is the more important thing, the more imperative part of this, and Crashies has done excellent at that. Yeah, even catching Naxxet again on that, trying to re-aggress down middle. It's like, buddy, no. Do it. Zeno found towards deep side, and now Klaus, what, a 1v5? Nah, not gonna happen. Envy, that's much better. Prime Gaming flawless, really to characterize something we've been looking for. Clean anti-ecos from either side. Trying to make sure they keep this one in check, and as I said, I love that Crashies was just slowly, methodically working through the site. Cleanly just working his way through here, you can see it. Lovely work from him there, and the follow-up not too far off the back either. Little flash, but just fine. Swings it out in combination.
One enemy
And again,
remaining.
it's interesting, again, with Ye kind of opting
It's over.
to see, obviously, this adjustment here. Ye sitting on the operator in so many rounds.
I'm good, I'm good.
Relies on Crashies and Victor
This
to
is
kind of
the
be
100 Thieves.
the information gatherers, obviously, FNS
hoodie.
out
They're so
elsewhere
comfy.
in
They're
that
so
lurking
soft.
role.
And I love them.
Again, though, look at him drifting forward, the Aldro.
I don't care if we're
Bolton
called
back.
a hoodie org because
Stops
it's the
any
best.
further aggression coming through, but Crash is doing a fantastic job so far, Lauren, of being the one to lead some of these pushes.
And look at it again, now they're looking elsewhere. The op's been
Okay.
noted towards one side. Ye quickly takes down Mazzino, and now they're going to be looking towards the site. Can anything stop them? Delzik this time. He did it once before and got away with it twice. Not going to happen. High flash
Oh
comes
my
out.
God.
Victor, that's the Sky we want to see in his hands. And now the last two. Naxxet already got noted, and I think Klaus did as well at the start, so they kind of know where these players are. Naxxet, though, does at least find Crashies, but that was, you know, a little ambitious.
Look good coming around the corner, though. I think Naxxet and Klaus, fairly obvious. They're going to try and sit back here. FNS and Marved, actually, going to make their way through tiles and maybe see if they can catch them off here. Again, it would be big. This is the point with a round like this that you want to punish the economy. Envy stack on, I mean, a ridiculous amount. Yeah, been able to hold this operator, I think, since the second purchase here. A little bit of damage goes through. Victor goes for the wallbang. FNS will find one. Klaus, the last one remaining. We'll actually remove the operator.
Don't know what money's like. It should be okay. I thought it was a little lower. It caught my eye a couple of times, but
I think at this point, I mean, they can still throw something into most of these rounds.
yeah.
Poof.
Oh, did I?
Hey,
Kesnet.
Kyeday, why do you
Sit
always
on-
wear
on
baggy
the nest egg.
clothes?
I think he's
Just
on
for
the-
myself
not 100%
and
sure. Skies are having a rough
how I,
game.
it's just the way I feel comfortable in. I don't like showing my skin, if that makes sense. And I just feel like I'd prefer people to be here for myself and my personality.
I was talking about snowballing.
But everybody's different, and that doesn't mean that because you wear revealing clothes that it makes you any
still have some huge tools
like lesser of a person
to use when they see fit.
Yeah, Money's just fine ops back out for Ye. He's all good. Nagzet's been doing this consistently. I don't think you can be surprised if you're Envy, and their turret's already going to give away that Nagzet was once again testing this approach. Try to peek on the other side, but a stack towards A here. Now, maybe a bit of adjustment. Bear in mind that Crashies and Marv had lots of success slowly working this, but the flash, Delzik could work on Marv. Popping the ult to follow, Crashies has to do the dance. They both avoid most of it. They at least don't lose life, but 70 HP is what they get to walk away with.
True, wear what makes you feel sexy and comfy. I don't know if this makes you feel sexy, but it's definitely comfy, and that's what matters the most.
The thing is now they've burned it, so Finesse can actually lean back on his lockdown, should they choose.
I let the other girls do the sexy part for me. Oh, some of those girls on my Twitter feed are chef's kiss.
Nagzet with that scope up in heaven. Here we go. Lockdown comes through. It's going to force Crew out here. Ye will actually find a kill. The Owl Drone will spot Nagzet.
30 seconds.
Gotta get out of there.
So choreographed. It's so well done, Hypok. All of this is so beautifully put together. Every piece considered. Flash on the way back through, but the ult's still in play, and Victor's still watching it. Good flash connection that time. Ye's going to keep himself safe. Response back and forth. Neither able to capitalize off the back of these flashes, as Victor will wait below, has the dirty angle to play with, swing from FNS if needed, and he goes up for it. Victor with a double.
Nice.
Making up for a slower start and a good attempt from Klaus, but another for Envy.
Again, the damage doesn't really matter at this point to Envy, and again, discipline to only throw a couple of ultimates into that. I mean, as soon as the Hunter's Fury comes out, you can see.
Should I sleep or keep watching the stream?
They know they have pretty much a guaranteed
really
entry,
tired,
or at least they can isolate that one.
I don't
player
want to
that is
jeopardize
still
your
playing
health,
on
so you
site.
should probably sleep.
Especially
if you're
with Ye
asking that
finding
question,
kill.
you should probably be
Onshore
sleeping.
creates
right?
opening. They don't have that second issue, which is there somebody sitting in tree? Is there somebody going to be watching window?
Your neck? Ew!
Really, really good stuff by Envy. Crew back on a full purchase.
You guys are fucking weird. You have to make everything weird all the time.
Conversely, what we're expecting out of Crew, it was Envy that kind of pushed the tempo a little bit after the previous.
And why not? I mean, it's the most annoying thing that when you call tactical timeouts, you come up with that adjusted plan, that then being the opponent, you go, well, let's just go aggressive because they have only so many rounds to work with, so why not just throw a curveball? Because they can't then do the approach that they'd theory crafted.
Exactly. At this point, you got to think. Let's throw something out there, see what sticks, because, I mean, even if you come through with the last two, well, I hope it doesn't end 9-3. It's a little cursed, actually.
I've heard that.
Yeah. Rumor has it.
It's the goal. Get to 9-3. We'll see. See if the curse holds true.
If all else fails, finish 9-3. It's still winnable.
Truly. And they've got a decent purchase for it. Probably why the timeout was called, just to make sure they have that plan in mind.
How do you and Tyson keep up with your relationship? How do you manage the ups and the downs? We don't really have that many downs, to be honest, because for the most part, we communicate our problems. We never go to bed angry. That's one rule that we have. We always pillow talk. Like, sometimes, like, when we say we're going to bed, we talk for like 3 hours just about stuff. It's a
little jump spot at the start now. It's going to be all battle count to 3.
And are you going to get Boaster on call anytime soon? I don't know if he wants to just chill today. Are you planning to invest in some businesses? Yes, Tyson and I have already been investing a lot,
so a 2-for-1 trade for Ye again. Punishing Nagzet, pound for pound. Ye has had his number, reading this over aggression and the willingness to fight and taming it almost instantly.
Well, I'm born in Canada, but I'm half Japanese and I live in Japan.
Will find a good connection. FNS
We've been
will fall, but the
together for
Seekers
over
will
2 years
reveal
now.
exactly where Kyeday is playing. And actually, second noting, you can see the ping come up on the minimap here. So
yeah, thank you so much.
Find this 2v1 quickly. Victor needs to be the one to lead the charge here.
Oh, I'll tell you guys what happened.
Themselves within trade range. Close flash, but he's gonna be on the corner. The timing's awful. Ye gets cornered. Delzik, what an angle! Individual prowess from Delzik right there.
Yeah. And holds down the fort, and the timing pretty much perfect there, but I feel as if Victor needs to be the one to be decisive. And again, it's awkward. There's a little bit of space between you and Ye. Ye's got
Oh
an
my
operator, so
God.
ultimately. It's not as if he can full-on swing the trade
Oh
2 or
God.
3 seconds later, but I feel as if Victor needs to go through. He has both of his flashes. He still has Tiger, I'm pretty sure,
The curse
as well,
is
to clear
coming.
that out. So
For those of you guys who don't know what the 9-3
really to
curse
prevent
is,
Delzik from being in
basically,
that one spot
the team
breaks
that
down
looks
that
like they're absolutely rolling is 9, and then the team that's losing has 3 on the board, and somehow the team that has 3 on the board end up winning.
I'm going dark.
Yeah,
And so
maybe
it's
not
called the
like
9-3
Jimmy Carr,
curse.
That's always going to go well. Nagset going to be forced away. Yeah, Victor this time checking on Delzik, who's been really good with his little angles, little ratty plays. Like, he's been finding bits of work for him, but not this time.
Well, they tried to work around him getting into wine in the previous round. I think it was noted, and Envy were just like, we don't want to mess with it. So it's good to see Envy just immediately address that and relinquish kind of that control.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Ooh, Crashies, any info for it? A little. Just one.
Enough.
Just
Enough
enough.
to pop it.
Pops the ult. Now, Zeno's been tagged on that as well, down to 45. He did have that jet by his side, so the op's still in play here. So don't get overly confident, Crashies. You got some problems around that corner.
Well, similar situation now. The Hunter's Fury burned up. Mazzino can actually sit on the lockdown as a retake tool. If Envy decide to end up on 8.
Oh, but this could be such a misread. Klaus could call this, and they're going to sit here with some sort of conviction. Look at the mid control on the way back in, though.
They're through market.
So, again, this is going to be such a weird round because, I guess, conflicting assignments, right? So they've taken what they need. B's going to be theirs. The retake's going to be a bit weird. Now, again, we look at middle. This now swings. The pendulum goes the other way around. You've got to look towards, who would that be? Victor, I guess, sitting on the other side of this. Has to find this frag. Nagza checks it, but not well enough. Victor.
I'm just
Will
ordering
be the
food,
victor in that.
chat.
Flash to
Don't
follow, he
mind
knows
me.
there's more on short. Klaus, though, that position was the one that could have been the curveball. Double flash doesn't come in, he's blind, but not blind enough. Victor! Unbelievable work from Victor, he wanted more, he was feeling himself, but Klaus will tame that. But now Klaus has 3 more to go through. Make it just 2. Klaus, how much more? 37 HP in a dream. He's going to hear, he knows they're getting close.
Wow.
They play it together.
Beautifully done there, Victor. Literally holding down the fort to prevent that rotation coming through. And I think actually in that scenario, the only feasible thing for KRU to do is to retake mid. Obviously, Klaus has that control over in B main. And actually the lockdown coming through and ultimately Mazzino needs to get to Klaus, right? So Victor in the perfect position to prevent the very thing. It's so difficult for them to come through from spawn, try to use that lockdown on switch. It takes so much time.
Yeah, it's a lot went right for Envy in that half. I think this is the Envy I've been looking to see. For KRU though, a couple of the things that stood out to us still line up. A couple of those entry kills, a couple of the bits and pieces, a couple of the individuals look great, but it's just not enough.
He's more of a passive duelist rather than someone who's really aggro and can get in your face, and I feel like there are a few more things that need to be done to him in order to have him be picked more.
On the half of KRU, I got to say, there isn't the framework in place around Nagset.
That's what I believe.
Nagset's been trying. I mean, through all the faults of KRU, Nagset has been trying his heart out.
Wow.
Just breaking hearts is Yay. Straight on the other side, just drags him down.
Coming to Berlin as well? Maybe for champions.
Away, gives
or at least I hope I can.
Short. KRU will get a little bit of territory, but at the loss of Nagset now.
Yeah. I think now KRU going to reconsider. Lambot will give this away. Still 2 players of Envy committed towards B. It'll be Marv and FNS to hold this down. Kesnet actually gets the better of Yay there. FNS going to be proactive here, will swing through. Delzik in position to greet him though.
Yeah, okay. This isn't bad. This is punishing Envy, maybe over-aggressing in some ways there. But Marv's still on site. Gonna isolate one, there's too much. Oh my God! He lines him up and knocks him down. That's 2 big kills, and suddenly we go back into Envy having favoring Klaus. Could not have seen a thing.
Yeah, this is just a slaughter at this point.
It's just so disjointed and weird and back and forth, but
I don't understand why they didn't allow fans, because COVID isn't that strict here. Clubs have already opened. No, it makes no sense because, so I'm not allowed to be there, I'm not allowed to be at the venue, I wouldn't be allowed to see Tyson, but all of the players are allowed to go out into the city.
Gifted. Kesnet, no idea what's even going on there.
You know what I mean?
Actually nuts. Actually nuts.
Does that make sense to anybody? It makes no sense to me.
A game like this, game on that group becomes a little bit more tricky. But now, though, we jump back in. Victor just puts his body on the line, holds down Mouse One, has to get back, crashes, though. He's picking it up. He's still going to push forward to them. They've got Stingers, they've got Spectres, they've got anything that they could. Yeah, he's now made his appearance. Say goodnight.
Oh,
Kyeday
God.
does what he can, but Envy knows this is their game. 12-2 now.
And the difference here, backs against the ropes, they know
Yeah,
that
need
they
him
can
in
just
this
bully
city.
KRU in the early rounds here. Now,
This is a
12-2.
GG.
Envy on the brink of closing out map 2 in convincing fashion. So what have we got to work with here for KRU? SMGs, Klaus with a Sheriff, and a Bulldog. We've got the Guardians out.
Because it's
FNS and EA
pronounced
both opting for Guardians.
Yoru. I remember
but a
someone said you were
formality
being a
at this point.
tryhard, and I'm like,
Spin
that's
total
literally my
control of the
language.
second map. Again, Victor
I still
become
crack
big
up
recon
whenever I
ball.
hear someone say that.
Ping 2. Again, he'll hold the line for the time being. As Ye's got himself tucked into wine. He'll drift away and potentially try and greet KRU in mid. Yeah, he actually pulls away from it again. Actually,
Hey Kyeday,
timed up
I'm
the
a
elbow
new
as
fan,
well.
and if you don't mind me asking, are you still going to school? I am. I'm a full-time
Eating up so much
university
time again.
student, and I am
Flash is
majoring in
perfect,
biology.
actually,
Basically,
Victor.
pre-med.
Straight out flash, though. They're both having to respect it to an extent. Victor does come out of it first, but is it? Oh, yay!
It's Ye over the
don't-
top, of
Yeah, it's so early.
Oh my God.
It's not even got +6. Yay! Stop!
You're just running it down.
Please, dude. And now Ye just gonna carry on forward. Ye
Okay.
wants this
Get
over
that
and
ace.
done with. He wants some dead and buried. Nags, is he already thinking that
Yeah.
Nags might be here? Yeah. All right. Ye's on it today.
Okay.
Not bad. Nags still got some fire in him. 2v2. Oh, it's laboured.
Okay.
Or I just
That's not
saw
going in
yours.
the frag movie.
No.
30 seconds
I don't
left.
think we'll see that one in the post-game highlights, but nagged it. We'll recover the spike here. FNS will tap it out. Envy 13-2 KRU Esports here on Ascent in convincing fashion, barely breaking a sweat.
GG,
Yeah,
I
again,
guess.
Yay. Two fantastic performances from him individually.
For a team so coordinated in the server, we've got to work on those high fives there. We need to get that down. We need to get that down pat.
About 2 yards off for that one.
But genuinely, I think credit here where credit is due. Envy have had some shaky icebox games, but their recovery has been great. We've seen those individuals step up, every one of them firing on all cylinders. I've been loving what I'm seeing out of them. For KRU, it felt like they ran out of steam by map 2. Map 1, I think the chances were there to push it
Oh my
further.
God.
Couldn't quite get it far enough.
Yeah, not a lot left in the tank. Again, Nags
I
it,
feel like
bless his heart. I mean, he was still
should have
trying
just
to go
slept in
for it,
until
but,
Tyson's match.
again, with them playing the way that they did on a set,
Oh my God, I'm suffering.
There's any real hope of him solo carrying KRU back into that, because Envy just looks so much better in terms of structure, in terms of that slight dynamic shift of Ye playing a little deeper, playing a little slower. As soon as that operator came on, you could see Envy. It just became Victor and Crashes. Go find somebody, use utility, find somebody, push them, kill them, and let's go on through.
I've got to say, Victor as well had a shaky start. And then he stabilized, he elevated and did even better. Klaus there, almost answering back. And as I said, we saw this a couple of times, a couple of moments where KRU...
Pause or no? We'll pause, we'll pause for you. Take your time. Hey, we'll pause for you.
Sometimes you just gotta let them roll.
Dude, I just want to hear
Would you consider yourself a jealous girlfriend? No, not really. I'm really secure in my relationship with Tyson. But if it's like obviously apparent that someone is like trying to do something with my boyfriend, then it'll be weird. But like, I don't know. That's a weird question.
Out of the two noises, you picked that out? Alright, but still, good work from MV. This is big from them. Do you want to just get Icebox out of the pool for them? Or just give them Marshals? I mean...
Oh, and thank you, McBlade, for the $5. Kind of weird. COVID regulations aren't that bad in Berlin, so should be allowed if you visit Berlin. Enjoy your stay. Thank you. But I think it's understandable. They don't want to... We're the ones that are carrying the Delta
You've got
variant.
2 or 3 people down to 49 HP, even if everybody else is running Sheriffs. It's literally, it's a knock-on effect. So you can't undersell just the value in terms of the damage done to that. And honestly, I've got to credit most of their ability to recover some of those rounds on the back of Ye.
Yep.
Whether it be first bloods, damage, just control, just, you know,
Does
counteracting.
it feel good though knowing how many people